There was tremendous destruction during the Battle of Mosul. Our report was published right around the time that the battle was finishing up. While most of the stakeholders on the ground were busy just doing their jobs, we were able to step back and think about, okay, so strategically what needs to happen next? 9 months after the battle, my colleague Linda Robinson and I went to Mosul
to gauge the progress that was being made, but also to see where efforts were falling short.
We were hosted by the United Nations, who took us into the city, provided security.
The destruction was quite dramatic.
40,000 homes and 16 neighborhoods were wiped out.
Large sections of West Mosul have been utterly destroyed. One of the main tactics that the Islamic State used was to plant bombs everywhere, all over Mosul. We had a tour from the United Nations Mine Action Service.
They demonstrated the types of mines and booby traps that ISIS left behind.
As you lift something off, completes the circuit, and just onto that would be the detonator and then into the explosive charge.
So a child could pick this up?
Oh, it's very easily. Yeah.
How would you go about clearing this, making sure that your men don't get killed as they're doing it?
I wouldn't move it. No, the roof area will drop anyway, so then you gain access into it. Yeah.
We visited the Al-Shifa hospital complex.
There were shells of buildings where a complex of hospitals had stood.
This is Ibn Sina General Hospital, the second largest hospital within Iraq.
This was the area that was used by ISIS as its headquarters and suffered a great deal of destruction. There's still a lot of ordnance and booby traps buried underneath the rubble.
Just watch your feet, that's all.
We actually walked up all 7 flights of that building.
Standing on the roof of the Al-Shifa hospital, it really made it clear why ISIS had chosen this as a headquarters. They launched drones from here because it was at such a key strategic area.
One of the biggest challenges we'll be facing is actually the compound we're standing in right now. So we're doing a big assessment now to see which of these hospitals can and cannot be repaired.
Rebuilding the infrastructure in Mosul is a very complicated proposition.
We visited a water treatment plant that had been rebuilt.
Many of the water treatment plants were very badly damaged, particularly by airstrikes.
They have installed 3 new turbines, entirely new electronic control systems.
We've supported the government in repairing hundreds of pipes. We provide the means, and it's actually the water department who's been out there every single day repairing water pipes.
Why was it important to rebuild the plant?
It's important because there are 350,000 person. It is a supply drinkable water from this project.
This was an incredible symbol of hope for the city, crucial for enabling people to go home. In the Hammam al-Alil camp, the conditions are very basic.
A vast camp, a sea of tents, which holds 21,000 Iraqis.
Because people are still living in tents, there are a lot of problems with hygiene. Children in particular were coming out with skin diseases. There is a school area, but it can only accommodate children for a couple hours at a time. They're really lacking teachers. So conditions are very rough. That's okay if this camp is temporary, but the camps have the potential to turn into urban slums. We met a woman from Mosul named Ikhlas Mahmoud Mohammed. Her house was destroyed in an air raid, killing her husband and several of her children. She then moved to another home, which also collapsed in an air raid. So she doesn't have anything to return to.
It's a critical vulnerability. We may wind up with a couple of million people that simply don't have enough support to resume a normal life.
9 months after the battle, there has been some remarkable progress, but the continued engagement of the international community is crucial if these things are not restored quickly, giving Iraqis a sense of hope that their lives going forward will be better than their difficult lives under ISIS. Iraq could very well devolve into violence again.
The Iraqis are determined to prevent the Islamic State from coming back but there is a significant potential that it could remain as an insurgent group.
When we visited Mosul University, we talked with the dean there, and he talked about the need to focus on youth, children as well as college students who were underneath the indoctrinating influence of ISIS over time. In addition, he emphasized the importance of political inclusion and the sense of disenfranchisement among Iraq's Sunnis.
And that's another reason why we focused on Mosul and the surrounding province. Because even though the Sunni Arabs are the majority there, it includes every minority group of Iraq. So it's really a laboratory for how the country will finally achieve a lasting peace.